had a crypto. So I don't know if you know, but in 2024, 500 electric vehicle companies were set up. How many can you call out? Tesla, BYD. Any more? Well, there's another 498 electric vehicle companies. A Rivian. Okay, I can get to three. Three only. They only do EV cars. So there's another 497. All right. Crypto. How many, let's call them, okay, coins. You got Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, Solana, XRP. Okay, I can get to quite a few more. But on a percentage basis, so I got to 3% of electric vehicles. I can probably get, I can't get to 3% of crypto coins. How far can you get? Because I think there's 15,000 crypto coins. I think I've heard that somewhere, or that's how many are being made like per week. So what the hell is going on with crypto? Is there a use case for 15,000 coins? Like, let's look at the car industry. So at some point, I'm guessing there were more than the 12 brands there are now. There were hundreds, right? So this is the infancy of crypto. So there are hundreds, there are thousands, there's tens of thousands of coins. And in 40 years from now, there'll be a handful, is my guess. That's where we're going. Because that's what always happens. You start off huge, my hands are wider than the screen. You start off here, and then they funnel down. Because one buys another, they all get amalgamated, and you end up with this peak. Like every single industry, margins gravitate to 10% eventually. That's when you know you're at the end of an industry, when the at least this is what I've read and I've learned, is that once an industry is around 10% profit margin, it's a mature industry, and all it is then is volume. Like your Procter and Gamble's, your I was going to say Unilever, those types. They just have loads of brands, and they just are just churning revenue. Anyway, so crypto's obviously in its infancy, and we've got a few high flyers, mainly Bitcoin, and then thousands underneath that for all purposes, these individual coins have raised money, made the creator of the coin rich, and then that guy is selling off his coins to anyone and everyone that will buy them. And eventually it'll go to zero and they'll disappear. We will have a few left. I'm guessing Bitcoin and ETH and maybe a couple of others. Now, I've been liking it. I've suddenly had a visualization that the crypto market is going to be very much like the metals market. Okay, there's a lot more coins than there are metals, but where we'll end up is Bitcoin will be the gold. It will be your store of value. That's its construction. That is its marketing. That is how the rhetoric is placing Bitcoin. It's not going to be the coin for exchange. It's going to be your gold. Like even now, you can't go into a shop and pay with gold. That will be Bitcoin. You won't be able to go into a shop and pay with Bitcoin. That's my projection. ETH is your silver. Has some use case, has some kind of value, is kind of number two in the run. Just like gold and silver. They kind of correlate, but not exactly. Silver always kind of underperforms. That'll be that. Then you'll get your XRP, which will be like your platinum, your palladium, maybe even your copper. And so I think Solana, XRP, as I mentioned, maybe Doge, BNB, and those kind of coins, they'll be your lower rung metals, your lead, iron, palladium, platinum. Just like attribute one coin to one of these metals. And then after that, they'll be worth nothing. Well, they'll be worth just a little bit, if at all, if they haven't completely disappeared, if their use case has gone to zero, and all there'll be is people having lost all their money. That is my projection. So I want to just share something with you from the web. Everyone thinks they're a crypto, well, a lot of people know a lot, and then a lot of people, like me, don't know a lot. So I try and pick up the conversation. I try and piece together all the bits I'm hearing. And then there's a few resources that I like to refer to. And one of them is coin market cap. So you've got this kind of summary at the top. And then here, these are your coins. And this is where I think why it ties in with metals. You've got your Bitcoin. And you've got your market cap of 1.9 trillion. Next one down is a long way down at ETH. 326 billion, which I believe is roughly the market cap of silver. So for me, ETH has already achieved its status. It's not going to go anywhere from here. I know crypto bros will go absolutely nuts because they think all these coins are going to 10x or 100x in there, and they come up with these strange terms like this cycle and like in the next bull run. And I just don't. I think they're new. These guys are new. They haven't got 30 years in the markets. The bull run's been and gone. It's been and gone. Joe Public's involved. Everyone and their dog has bought all the Bitcoin and all the alts they're ever going to buy. And now it's just crypto bros talking up their books. I'd love to be proven wrong, and I'd love to all these things go 10x, but I'm betting it's not. I'm betting we're going to kind of stay roughly where we are. Bitcoin will creep higher over time, just like gold does. And just like gold has been for decades the most boring asset that no one trades it because it doesn't move. It just sits there. And then it suddenly, it climbs a few more dollars and people are interested again. And then it just stagnates again. That's Bitcoin. So ETH, that's your silver. XRP, that's your, let's call it platinum. Tether, that's your palladium. Maybe copper, maybe more copper, because copper is so widely used. It's very much like Tether. Solana, and then BNB, and then you just start getting to these other coins that there just isn't going to be a use case. Or if there is a use case, it's just going to be, their market caps are done. There's no more. There's nowhere else for these guys to go. And the further you go down, the more to zero these coins are going to go. I know the crypto bros will hate this. They think that all these things are going to 10x and 100x and 1000x. And they talk about this generational wealth is going to be created in the next bull cycle. There is no next bull cycle. You're done. Bitcoin's implied volatility is less than Tesla. You've got more probability in making money in Tesla than you have in Bitcoin. ETH, its volatility is less than NVIDIA. So the probability alone by the market participants that trade these products, they've already called it in these coins. It's done. And people are like, oh, strategic reserve. Okay, best of luck with that. Best of luck front running a strategic reserve. Because, and I said this to a crypto bro the other day, I was like, you're talking about front running a US strategic reserve of Bitcoin. And he's like, yeah, I'm buying now because, the government's going to buy like 4 trillion Bitcoin. We're going to be at $1 million in Bitcoin value. I was like, okay. So when they add much bigger product, so a company gets added to the S&P, show me on the chart where you front run that stock being included in the S&P, which the S&P had to take an equity stake in that company when it was included, and it had to sell out the company that it was removing from the S&P. So billions of dollars went into one stock and out of another stock. Show me that on the price and how you would have front run one and sold out the other and made a profit. Because that's what you're saying you're going to do on Bitcoin. You're going to front run a strategic reserve being created. It just doesn't happen. It's already in the price. Because the market participants already know a strategic reserve is on the cards. They already know that which stock is being or may be added to the S&P. It's already in the price. As soon as you mentioned it, it's already in the price. It's done. It's included. I sometimes just think people are new. So anyway, my point is, I'm seeing crypto at the moment, and I will post as soon as I see any other difference. The list of coins that you see is equivalent to the metals market, and we've got and it's playing out exactly. One is a store of value, like gold, with some minor use case, like Bitcoin has, like gold has. And then all others are your silvers, platinums, palladiums, and so on. And there's only so many that can have a use case and are going to go anywhere. And I think it's kind of done. I think the market's done. We may see, as you'd expect, the Bitcoin is going to go up probably roughly in line with inflation. And that's the funniest thing for me, because it's meant to be an inflation-proof asset, yet people are buying it to inflation-proof their portfolio. So I find it weird. Anyway, I can't see a flaw in my argument. I know there is, and I will think about this long and hard some more. Let me know if you think I'm on the money with this. And I'm sorry, crypto bros. This is no generational wealth, blah, blah, blah. This is no cycle. This is no next bull cycle. You're done here. You're done. The coins are perfectly priced. And a lot of them now are going to head to zero. The rest, if you want to liken them to something, the rest are like SPAC stocks. They rinsed everyone for a couple of billion. They rinsed their investors for a few hundred million or 20 million, however much it took to get them on the market, flog them out, like the Trump coin. And it's destination zero. So I will not be holding, this is not investment advice, this is entertainment only. I will not be holding anything below the top 5, maybe top 6 crypto coins. I'll approach this from a metal standpoint. Yes, I'll have gold in the portfolio, so I'll have my Bitcoin. Yes, I'll have ETH, because that's my silver equivalent. Yes, I'll have XRP, because that's my platinum, palladium. And then after that, I don't know, maybe a little bit, just to be involved in the market. Beneath that, if anything, I'll bet them to zero. This is a contentious opinion, I know, and I'm sorry, crypto bros. I just can't see this playing out any other way. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and let me know if you agree, disagree. I'm sure loads will disagree, because I know a lot of people are putting a lot of faith in their fart coin and their crazy coins down at the end that they think are going to like 10x in the next bull cycle, and they're hodlers and all this kind of stuff. But I can't see anything other than zero apart from these top few. Anyway, I think I've gone around the houses enough. That's my position. And best of luck to you. That's it.